Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Our mission. Helping Parents Heal is a nonprofit organization dedicated to assisting bereaved parents. Through support and resources offered, we aspire to help individuals become shining light parents, meaning a shift from a state of emotional heaviness to one of hopefulness and greater peace of mind. Helping Parents Heal goes a step beyond other groups by allowing the open discussion of spiritual experiences and afterlife evidence in a non-dogmatic way. Helping Parents Heal affiliate groups welcome everyone, regardless of religious or non-religious background, and encourage open dialogue. Attendance at all meetings are voluntary. All discussions that take place at affiliate-led meetings are confidential. We hope that participants will learn from and share with each other. Zoom meetings run by leadership are not confidential. These meetings typically feature guest presenters and are posted on YouTube so that affiliate members worldwide can watch and benefit. Neither type of Helping Parents Heal meeting is designed to replace traditional therapy or spiritual counseling. Helping Parents Heal offers a wide variety of speakers, allowing parents to learn about many possible ways to heal. This includes presenters covering progressive topics such as afterlife evidence and connecting with our children who have passed. The views expressed by our guest speakers may or may not reflect the opinion of Helping Parents Heal. And we ask that you take from their presentations whatever may benefit you personally. Welcome, everyone, and thank you, Alaine, for being here this evening.
Yes, thank you so much for being here, Alaine. And I am just so grateful to be able to have you here again. We've had Alaine several times, and she is so amazing. And she is currently located in Florida, which obviously the beautiful colors that she's wearing right now kind of reflect that. She is a gifted evidential medium, compassionate spiritual teacher, experienced meditation coach, and accomplished author. Through her exceptional skills as a medium, she makes a difference in the lives of people across the globe through communication with the departed. Transformative spiritual experiences are her intention that empower all of us to develop our own intuition and connection to our loved ones. Please learn more about her on her website, and I'm going to go ahead and just put that in the chat box, www.alaineportner.com. And without further ado, please join me in welcoming Alaine Portner. Welcome, Alaine.
Thank you. An absolute pleasure to be here with all of you. I have fallen in love with your group, your leaders of your group, and the mission and the intention. It's very synchronistic to much of the work that I do. Much of that is explained in my book. So you can find that on Amazon. This is the book. This is the last plug because this is about you, not me. So I want to dive deep into giving you gifts. That's something that I like to do. I like my talks to be experiential, which means that if you're in my presence, even online, that I'm actually going to be giving you something, even if it's just energy. That's what I try and do. So we're going to go through one exercise of mindfulness. Then I'd like to bring you into a meditation called Full of Light. And then after that, we're going to quiet down. I'll explain my style a little bit so we can maximize our time together. So perhaps we can reach to multiple people and their loving guided spirits on the other side. Yes. So I hope that you are able to find stillness where you are, because the mindful technique that we're going to do is happening now. So here's how it goes. These are tingshas. I will ring them. They have a vibratory tone to it. So you might have to adjust your volume. It's just going to be one cling. And after that, this is the homework. This is the suggestion that I need you to do right now. We're all going to sit up in our chair. We're all going to bring our spine tall. The shoulders will relax. the chest will open wide as long as the heart within does the same, yes? And our face becomes soft. And I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. When I ring the tingshas, I'll be counting the time. You're going to be counting your thoughts. It's really wonderful if you've never done this before. And if you have, then just enter into it. It's not something that you would do regularly, but there's a point that needs to be proven, and we will get to that once you count your thoughts, okay? So as we sit tall and prepare, because we want to keep the body still so your thoughts are not generating about the body and how it feels. We just want to be stable so that we can really have some peace and count our thoughts. And begin. And that means to stop. So, because most of you are muted, perhaps by a show of hands, you can tell me how many thoughts you had. So just hands. Keep your hands up because I'm scrolling through. Thank you. Keep your hands up. Looks like you're all saying hi to me, and I appreciate that. Thank you. That's great. Okay, that's awesome. So wonderful to see all of you too. Yeah, everybody's kind of shining. So really nice. So the point about this is that you may think that the number of thoughts you have is indicative of your busy mind or even your calm mind, where it's good to get a large number, or is it good to get a single digit? And I say to you, it's not about that at all. And anytime we enter into any kind of exercise, we think that it has to be quantifiable. The point about that exercise is number one, I believe that you're able to focus now. Just quieting your mind down will give you the ability to focus, because we have got a lot of good stories and a lot of good messages coming. So I need you to do that. So that was partially personal. The second part is that you're pulling yourself away from your thoughts and you're able to count them. There's a technique that is so common in yoga, meditation, so that we can pull ourselves away from, we call it the monkey mind, the consistent barrage of thoughts. And when you're able to pull yourself away, you can kind of see how many thoughts you have, and you might not even know where some of those thoughts are coming from. So it really doesn't matter how many thoughts you had, whether you had one or you had a double or triple digit of 30, 40, that doesn't matter. Having the ability to step aside from your own mind is key in mindfulness. It's key in creating peace. And this is so incredibly important, this mindful technique, so that when you find like your mind is spinning, probably out of control, focus on some problem or issue that you may not be able to solve, you can realize that that thread of thoughts isn't really supporting the clarity that you're actually looking for. Because we know if we're asking questions, which is a common thread in the work that I do, because I firmly believe that the universe, our guided spirits, our children, our loved ones, our families will answer the questions that we have from the other side. So it's important to know what's going on in our mind so that we can know what our questions are and know that we already have the answer. So pretty powerful if you let it be that. I'm going to go into the meditation now so we can even gain more clarity. There is a intention here that with my medium messaging services, that we have the ability to retrieve those messages ourselves. And sometimes we trust it more with somebody else, or that medium or that friend or somebody that has a dream about your loved one can have more clarity because of everything else that's involved between yourself and that loved one. And even though it's all love, it can be saturated in love and still have kinetic energy, and we want everything to be seamless. So we're going to quiet the mind even further. So I ask that you find a comfortable seated position. Whether you find yourself cross-legged on a cushion or on the floor or in a chair, you can sit up straight or lie down so that your spine is tall and connected. Try not to force a posture. Allow yourself to get comfortable as if you were the couch. This concept of light that we talk about, being lighter, seeing the light, is often associated with truth, wisdom, and insight. There are countless depictions of light emanating from spiritual figures across all religions. Popular sayings like "shine a light on it" reflect the theme of light representing illumination or clarity. In this meditation, you'll be asked to visualize yourself as the light source, radiating that light from the core of your abdomen through your entire body and out into the external world. After this meditation, you'll be able to resume your evening with clarity so that you may hear messages within somebody else's message, because the wisdom is in that light. And that is how we all connect. So again, allow yourselves to get really comfortable. Take the time now to gently close your eyes. Easily inhale through your nose and exhale completely. You're muted, so you can let out a big sigh through your mouth. So take another breath in and let it all out. Maybe perhaps doing this 3 times. Some call it the breath of fire, so it might be really warm for you, but let it be that. We are relaxing our bodies and releasing all thoughts from the mind as you inhale and exhale. In this quiet space, you'll be returning to a natural breathing pattern. You can then bring your attention to the feeling of the breath in your belly. If you choose to put your left hand on your belly and your right hand on your heart, paying attention to the gentle expansion when you inhale and the relaxation when you exhale. Begin to breathe more deeply. Perhaps with the count of 5 on the inhale and a count of 10 on the exhale. As this meditation moves over time, you'll see that there are moments of deepening the stillness and the relaxation that is incredibly natural within your body. Stay with this breath, focusing on the sensation it produces in your belly. Allow your hands to stay, let them relax, whatever is natural and comfortable for you. In the center of this sensation, identify a feeling of warmth somewhere in the body. As you focus your attention on the warmth in your belly, imagine it glowing faintly. With each inhale, as if you were stoking a fire, visualize the warmth growing in intensity and size with each exhale that you produce. Can you experience your glow in tandem with the breath, becoming a little brighter and larger? Keep practicing. Repeat the pattern for the next few breaths, visualizing the warm light slowly filling your entire torso, your legs, your shoulders, your arms, and your head. When your entire body is filled with warm light, feel it move out through the skin of your chest, your back, your arms, your hand, and feet, until your entire body is warm and glowing inside and out. Imagine that you are in a dark room and the warm glow of your body casts a gentle light all around you. As thoughts arise in this visualization, acknowledge them and let them go. In these quiet, still moments of emanating light, you may find thoughts coming to you, connectors, signs, colors, words, sensations, a higher awareness at your fingertips. Pause. Allow yourself to light. Notice how warm it makes you feel. Notice how peaceful you are. As you return to your breath, to the rhythmic count of 5 on the inhale and 10 on the exhale, and to the glowing warmth you have become, stay with it, create that pattern of inhale and exhale. Before we begin to move the fingers and the toes from this stillness, you may want to set an intention or send a healing prayer to someone perhaps anonymously across the world. There are so many praying in this world and so many that want to be heard. Create a collective consciousness and your participation in the evolution of prayer in this world, in this moment, at this time. You are participating in prayer and stillness. You're also participating in the reception. So know that things are coming back to you. Energy, loved ones, awareness, consciousness, frequency. You're lighting up. Spend a few moments here for whatever it is that you need. When the meditation feels complete to you, slowly move your fingers and your toes. Take a big stretch with your arms out and wide to the side. It feels so good. Then a deep, slow inhale in through your nose and then release it all out through your mouth. So I hope we've created some warmth, and perhaps some of you received a message, and perhaps there is a comment about that you saw, felt, heard something that you didn't before. So perhaps just write it in the chat if you have a question or you experience something that you haven't before. And for all of you, I would imagine that you like yourselves more than you did 15, 20 minutes ago, because you know how to do this. You know how to create joy. You know how to create calmness of sensation. So there will always be distractions. I can understand this around you. So it's really good to learn how to live with the distraction, because you'll always have distracted thoughts come to you anyway. So if you happen to have distractions around you, that would actually be normal. But if you are really putting effort forth the sitting and understanding meditation, then you want to carve out that time and almost lock yourself in a closet, right? So for all the busy lives that we live, the other thing is that I saw somebody wrote that they have tingling sensations. That is so important. It's not little. Whether you saw colors, the super nature of one color isn't better than another. The fact is that you saw color. The fact is that you had a visceral response to the meditation. So tingling is good. There are tremors of truth. There are wake-up calls, and seeing colors is really luxurious. The colors are just representing energy and frequencies that we're connecting to. The calmer we become, the easier it is to raise our own vibration. So this is a common situation. But I also will take that to a step further to tell you that you're beginning your love language if you're feeling things, seeing, sensing, and knowing things that weren't there 10 minutes ago when you were distracted by something. So what you're telling your energy, your loved ones, the universe, your God, that you are here and looking for responses, messages, symbolism, and feelings. So I highly encourage you to continue stillness, meditation. This may help all of mindfulness. So in the readings tonight, it's my desire to perhaps do some explaining in the messages. I'll explain my style in a moment, right before we get started. And the other important message tonight is that what I've noticed is that when I'm working with a large number of people, there's a habit where I'm saying a name or something that is actually familiar to somebody other than the person that I'm reading. And I say to you, please take it. This is all free, basically, right? So you're getting messages, even though I'm talking to one person. Please take it all. you will also hear a great message about your own life in somebody else's. And I say, take it all, because it's impossible to get to everyone. But this is why it's a collective consciousness to understand, what are they saying? And even though it may be details about that person's life, pull yourself out of their details and understand, how could they know that? And what is it that they're saying for that particular person to do? What is the guidance in the messaging? Okay. So just a few quick things about the way that I work. I have no bad news. I'm a happy medium. There can't be bad news. You need to hear that loud and clear. That's the first thing. The second thing is that I also might say a name to you. I use names, dates and validation so that I can know what I'm supposed to say to you. I could easily spend an hour with any person that I give a message to. So what helps me is the validations I'm giving you, that it's you. And also it's the message that they want to get across to you. You know by now, most of you, that I could, or mediums can, reach to anybody that is on the other side for you. But because there's a time element involved, it's more important to be maximizing our time together in the short messages that we have, because we're grateful that we can get any messages. So I kind of feel that way about it. And I know you do too, but I do too. So that's the second thing. I'm also talking about people that are alive as well as those on the other side. So I want you to understand that if I mention somebody else's name that's in your family that's alive, please tell me that. As soon as you can tell me what we're talking about, because you'll be unmuted at that point, then the easier the reading will go. And no is never the answer. Cardinal rule, can't say no to me. I'm already right. 13,500 readings, I know what I'm talking about, right? So as obnoxious as that might sound, it's not egocentric. This is not ego talking. The point is that we're just trying to get you to understand this style and get the message out. So that's all. It can be very easy, so let's let it fly. So I'm going to take a moment to understand that we all have a sacred place within ourselves, and we ask that this messaging be very clear and concise. We acknowledge all of those that have come before us, all of our ancestors, great-grandparents, grandparents, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, in-laws, children, lovers, significant others, and mineral, plant, and animal kingdoms. And for all of those that have shape-shifted our lives, we ask that their messaging be very clear here. Thank you. So there's interesting messaging here. The name, as I believe, is perhaps next to the child that is gone. It might be a male. That's too generic for me. I'm going to give you specifics in a moment. The name has something to do with Clarence. So that's the name. And then I also have white flowers. I know that sounds really odd. And the number 18. So that could be very specific. 18 is the number birthday, anniversary, or passing. That could even be your birthday, but that's how I'm going to know that I'm with you. So again, we have maybe a Grandma Claire. And we also have 18. We have white flowers, and we have, not sure. Do we have anybody responding to that? Is that a last name, Claire? Clarence?
We don't have anyone responding yet.
Well, that's never happened, right? Grandma Claire, right? Oh, that's you. Sorry. The number 18.
I'm just writing this so that people will see it. So that
that's fine. So let's talk further. Who had? Yeah. Okay.
The Grandma Claire.
Okay. Does she respond to the number 18? Is that a birthday, anniversary, or passing? Was that 2018?
Candace, could you let us know in the chat box? My son's grandfather was Clarence, Shelley is saying. He was 18.
That's fine.
Okay. But we're looking.
Who was 18?
Okay, your son was 18 when he passed? Is that correct, Shelley? Is that? My son, yes.
Yes.
He was 18 when he passed, and his grandfather is Clarence in spirit.
Okay, good. Can I talk to her, please?
Sure. Shelley, let's see. Irene, I know you're really good at this.
Yes, I've already asked her to unmute. Hi, Shelley.
Thank you. Shelley, can you say hi?
She muted herself.
She did. Oh, shoot.
Hi, Shelley.
Unmute. Hi.
Okay.
Oh, there we are. Okay, so I'm going to spotlight you.
Hi, Shelley.
Hi.
How are you? Oops. Wait, I lost you.
Do you see her?
Wait, I lost you. Here I am. Okay, are we on? We're together?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Shelley. Your son was 18, and is it your dad's dad that was Clarence?
His dad's dad. So my ex-husband, his father.
Okay, did he know Clarence in life?
No.
Clarence passed before he was born?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So I need the J name around you too. Is there a James?
Jamie?
Jamie. And who is Jamie to you, Shelley?
He's my stepfather. He was my son's grandpa.
Oh. And Jamie is here?
Yes.
I understand. So there's a lot of messaging coming from your son. The one thing that he wanted to just tell me now is he is saying happy birthday. Is there somebody else in the family whose birthday it just was?
My mother's birthday is this weekend, and my sister just had a birthday.
Great. So we know that they're birthday bound around you. So the good news is that he knows. He says that it's not as if he was, this is the way that he's putting it. It's not as if he was remembering dates, because you're really good at that and you would make him know that it's somebody's birthday and this is what we're doing. But he says he just loved that because you were so involved in celebrating other people, and that is your family and that is your mode, that this is also something that he's saying that is, he didn't want to give you a tragedy in your life. You understand? Have you spoken to him like this before?
I did with you once.
Oh, okay, good. Oh, great. Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow. Out of 200 people, I'm with you again. That's
Yes.
amazing. Okay, yes. Great. So that's crazy, but I love it. Yeah. So there must be more. Then he probably wants to tell you more, because I wasn't sure where to go, but let's expand on it. Thank you. Oh, wow. You are. Just November for me, Shelley? November?
That's my daughter's birthday.
Perfect. So she's being brought into the mix. Messaging for her. Anybody in nursing or going to anybody involved in clinical trials? I just heard that. Was that him, or is that
my grandmother was? His mother, my mother, his grandmother was in clinical trials. Yeah.
She is now, or she was?
She was.
Is she on the other side too?
No.
Okay. So is this something recent that she was going to be cured for?
Yes, yes. 2 years ago, she had surgery.
Right. She's doing well.
Yes.
Right. And so he says that he is with relatives. He's with the old, and he says he's with the new. And he says to you that you are doing a great job in the way he's describing it, probably because he was around when we were meditating, is quote unquote finding the light. He says that, thank you, I understand. So, Shelley, are you in the police force? Is this you?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So yes. He's saying that you're making all these plans for yourself and they're all good. He's like supporting you because you've taken a leap of faith in life lately. And he says it's going to serve you exceptionally well. And the reason why, he's taking all the credit for it. He says he couldn't be any closer to you. And he says you've worked hard your entire life. And you also are advocating for more peace beyond your own home. And so you're coming into these peaceful movements, but you're doing it for yourself, but you're going to be doing that for other people. So he says he wants to be right by your side. He says, Mom, if you want to write about it, then you can. Are you writing?
I'm writing journals. Yes.
Oh, good. So he must be seeing some of that. And
yes.
You're supposed to continue your writing. What you're really going to be writing is actually a class format. You're going to be teaching.
Okay. Yes, that makes sense.
So say yes to the opportunity because it's coming your way. But what I love about this connection, out of 200 people, not knowing that I met you, sorry, whatever, before, it's more mind-boggling to me than to you, because I think, what are the odds? Is also the confirmation that he's still around you, but also for this chapter of your life, he's guiding it. And I'm just going to tell you quickly, what I never knew is that the fear that I had about being a medium was to be in front of a parent who lost a child. So, and look what I'm doing, right? But the only reason why I'm sharing that story with you is that child, the first child that I ever read, ended up being the writer of my book. So not sure why I'm sharing that with you now, but really take it seriously and take him along with you. And he has the wisdom of Clarence. So you need to go back to Clarence. Maybe he was a writer or a reader or a teacher or something that makes sense, that he was ahead of his craft, I just heard. So I don't know if he was a craftsman or carpenter or something like that. And he says that you're the same way, but in a modern world.
Okay, thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. I love it. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
That was amazing. Goodness gracious. And thank you.
Sure. What's interesting about this is, can I choose someone that I'm looking at because I'm supposed to?
Of course you can.
Okay. So I have Diana Villarreal.
Okay. So.
Okay.
Can you unmute?
Yes, I have asked her to unmute.
Great.
Hi there.
Hi.
How are you?
Doing well. Thank you.
Okay, sure. So there's a couple things going on. Do you have a connection to your loved one where it's about, this sounds generic, but it's not, with butterflies or moths or something? Is there a connection? And moths is interesting because it's usually butterflies, but do you have mothballs? Do you use them? Why am I saying the word moth to you? So remember, no is never the answer, and no pushes everything away. So just wait with me for a moment. So is there a butterfly? Does somebody you know have a butterfly tattoo or a tattoo with wings on it?
Possibly, yes. Maybe a friend of mine.
But you're not sure?
I'm not sure.
Is somebody contemplating wings or a butterfly tattoo because of your loved one on the other side?
Possibly one of his friends. A few of his friends have already gotten tattoos.
Okay, thank you. A silent J in the name at all, or a J in the name? Who is that in your family?
My son.
And is this the son that you're trying to connect to, or his brother?
No, my son. His nickname is with a J, Spanish pronunciation.
Right. Is it a Jose or Josie?
Hano. We called him Hano, short for Alejandro.
Okay, that's fine. How do you spell it?
Jano.
Thank you. We're there. I'm with you. Hold on for just a moment, please. Thank you. Thanks. I understand. Can you just tell me a little bit more? Why do I see gates or link fence? Did somebody just put links up, or a gated community? Why am I talking like that?
It may have been where he passed.
But so you don't know that? You mean in the house where there was a gate?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. I understand more. Thank you. Thank you. And Diana, right? Diana,
Yes.
can you tell me the number 12 or 21 making sense to you? Is that December or the 21st for significant reasons? Is December birthday, anniversary, passing of anybody?
My brother.
Perfect.
In December.
Perfect. You don't have to make it hard. You know it. You got it. Okay. So that just told me brother is here, correct?
Yes.
Yes, of course. So what we're saying is that somebody from the other side is reaching to your family, and your son is going to tell you who he's with. Do you understand?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. So, there's more in your family. We're talking to, there's a nickname of an M name. Do you have that?
Who is here? Still,
I don't know. Just tell me where it is.
My sister, yes, nickname with an M.
Okay. And she is here, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So your son, Yano, am I saying Yano or John?
Hano.
Hano.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Ha ha ha. Okay. So he's playing with you. He's a little silly, right?
Yes.
And so, yeah. And so what he's saying is that that his name Hano should be Halo. He says that he felt as if he was a magical child. You saw him that way. He says, Mom, I still am. He says that he is around you often, and your desire is to feel him hug you somehow. And he says that he does. So what's very interesting about that is that he's confirming that you've had experiences with him almost like behind you. I don't know if
meditation.
Oh, really?
He had his hands behind me. He was standing right behind me.
Good girl. So this is the reality of where you can be empowered by experiencing more often, because it happened with me. I'm telling you it happened, and like, it's happening, right? So in the moment. So there are all of these opportunities for you to connect with him and feel the hugs, because it was a meditation of light and warmth, and you've had the possibility of being embraced by him or embraced by the light, and you regale him as the light. He's coming back and he's saying to you, so do I, Mom. He says that you've been handled by all my friends as the mom. Yes. And he says that they've been taking really good care of you, and so have some of their families. Is there a D name here? Oh, that's you, but is there another D name? And if it's not anybody, that's fine, because I'm going to just use Diana. That's fine.
Yes, it might be.
He says that he wants you to, okay, fine. So is this Sunday a particular gathering of family? Are you doing something different actually this Sunday? What's happening?
Nothing planned yet.
He's asking you to make his special meal this Sunday. Don't know why. You'll understand. You may be sharing it with his family and his family friends. I need to get more specific in a moment. Thank you. Is there a connection that you have to his shoelaces? Does that make sense, of his sneakers? So does he have funky punky sneakers, or did have them, and that he exchanged out the shoelaces and somebody still has his shoelaces? Do you know this from one of his friends?
I don't know. I would have to ask. Okay.
So the point is because it can't be confirmed, you do need to ask, and you're going to be very surprised. And this is going to happen for you. I just want to get quiet for a moment, Diana, so I can answer a question that you have from him. But before you do, he wants you to understand that his heart is resting peacefully, and that he only wants to be in your dreams. And he says, of course, he wants to be with everyone, but he's understood his place in this world very quickly. And he says, we're still living in the same world. So when he says this world, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's just the afterlife. It means it's the world that we're all living in. He says it's the air we breathe. So you understand that. So what question would you have?
Gosh, I'm sorry, I'm so excited. I can't even think.
Okay, so I'm just going to leave you with one more message and I'm going to move on. So it sounds like in his altar that you have for him, there is there a change or something that, a chain or something that comes down on the corner that's hanging, like from the corner of his altar? It's like hanging on a frame or hanging on something wooden.
There's a little bookmark he made when he was little that's hanging from ribbon.
Okay. Does it have words on it?
Yes.
What's the word?
Well, one side says mom, and it was something he did in kindergarten. It says, my mom makes me feel better when I get hurt.
Okay. So what happens with that is that when he's trying to get a message to you and we need to get it quicker or something like that, they're going to go to a sign in your home. He just went to that. So that's really poignant. You understand that you always make him feel better. And what he's saying to you is that if you feel better, he'll even feel better. He's fine. He's at peace. He wants to make sure that you are. And this is why he's messaging you. So then you can elevate your experience to be lighter, right? Not pushing the grieving process, just accepting everything that comes your way, but also to pause and to be able to feel that peace, because that's what he wants for you, because that's all that you gave him based upon the bookmark.
Okay.
Thank you, Diana.
Thank you so much.
Crazy but good. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. So we're moving forward. Thank you. I understand. So I have a Chris, a child on the other side, Chris, and there's something significant about his hands. And Chris's mom or relative is Carol, might be grandmother or mom. Do we have that combination here?
No one has answered
the child. Okay, that's fine. There's a Carol in the family. There's also another Mark. So Mark, Chris, and Carol, does that make sense to anyone? I think somebody answered. No?
Yes. Chris is saying, I am Chris and my sister is Carol. Brother-in-law is Mark. That sounds pretty good.
Yes.
So should we unmute Chris? Is that okay? And Irene, can you?
Yeah. Yes. I've asked her to unmute.
Okay, great.
Hi. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Oh, but I couldn't see you. Hi.
Yes.
I have to wait.
Is that 5 thoughts you had? No.
I had 4, yeah.
Well, that was kind of psychic, a little bit off, like 1 digit. And isn't that funny? Because we said fingers. So that's
what I thought you meant. Did you mean something else? Because I saw people putting numbers in.
I don't know. I never know. Right? Okay, so let's talk about this, Chris. Your name is Chris.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a son on the other side?
I do not have a son on the other side.
You have a cousin on the other side?
I have a daughter on the other side.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I don't know that. I'm just asking these questions first. Okay. And then Carol is your mom?
My sister.
Your sister, and who is Mark, a brother-in-law?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Is Mark your sister's brother-in-law?
No.
I mean, is Mark your sister's husband? Sorry.
No.
Okay, so just explain where Mark comes in.
Mark is my husband's brother.
Brother. Okay, let me ask you a quick question that you're already going to know the answer for. So this is how it happens. And I'm kind of just like teaching in this vein of just so we can all understand some of the messaging and why it comes out like that with all this name calling. So your daughter was familiar with Uncle Mark?
Yes.
Okay. Uncle Mark has been instrumental since the passing of your daughter. Is that true?
No, I wouldn't say that, but he was her godfather.
Oh, okay, fine. That's important because I don't know why he's coming through this way. And husband is, thank you. I also have another S name. Is there an S name here in the family? Is there a Sue or a Steve S? Is it a last name, Chris?
Not that I'm remembering at the moment.
Is there a last name with an S?
Not that I'm.
So the S name is pertinent. So I need to go to your daughter and explain why she's talking about an S name. She's talking about other things too, but I just want to qualify something. So okay. Is it the street you live on? Is it the town where she lived? Where is the S relative to her experience in life? Is it the name of our high school? Is it like Stuyvesant, or we don't want to say no or shake head no?
I know.
So just be pause with me, please.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this. Who's the closest Sue to you? A name like that?
I'm visiting someone this weekend, which that's actually pretty interesting. Visiting someone who, yeah, she would have known well. And it's actually—
This is why you can't say no. Yeah. So we don't know what they're going to talk about. But the most important thing that your daughter can tell you is that she knows about your life. Perhaps that she knows that you're going to see Sue. You know that there's a connection about it. And she's saying to you, go, Mom. Yes, you should. So maybe there was reservations or whatever the interference had been. It's not really about that. It's saying yes to spirit, not no. And spirit shows up in a lot of ways in our lives, sometimes through our friends who are caring for us. It shows up in perhaps Mark being godfather and wanting more of Mark for your husband, to befriend him or to be there for him. And some are just reticent. Some aren't able to do all that needs to get done, right? So this has been a therapeutic route for both of you, for sure. We understand. Your daughter resonates to 7. Is there a reason why? 2017, the month of July. It's not July in 2017, 27. There's a 7 on the end of her.
We are going to visit that friend who I haven't seen in probably 10 years on the 7th this week. And
okay, you're getting better at this.
And the next day is actually her death date.
We understand. This is why she's talking about it, because there is a marked date, and maybe that was really the mark, that you are honoring her and she knows about it. Because we often say, do they know how our lives are going? I just want you to understand one other symbol. Thank you. She asked, and maybe your friend Sue has asked, to bring pictures of her. Is that true? So I'm just going to tell you what to do. Thank you. We don't need to say no. You are bringing pictures of your daughter with you. Okay. She wants it to be a celebration of light also and life. She asked that you light a candle for her. What's going to happen after that is you are going to get signs that she is physically there. The most important thing that she's saying to you now is that she will be with you and she will be there because she's with you. You are bringing her spirit around for others. She says, I love you, Mom, and please know and understand that she is confident that you have done everything in this world for her to help her and to know her even better. She says that you're now engaging in this relationship that is evolving into something different than it was. She says we have to let that happen. Thank you for honoring me in that way.
Thank you.
Take it, sweetheart. Oh my. We probably have time for one more. I want to get in. One more. Thank you. We understand. So, do I have somebody that lives in a house that just changed a red door to a white door or a white door to a red door? Just explain that for me. I think that there's a name connected to it. It's a house, and I think the house is contributing to, I'm saying their welfare, but what we're saying is like their lifestyle. You're making lifestyle changes. So you either are painting the house, you bought a house. So I'm seeing that because I'm seeing the child go in and out of the house. That's fine. We understand there's a 5 that's connected to it. So that would mean May or the 15th or 25th. So you would know this because the house, maybe it was the house that the child grew up in, I don't know. And they grew up and had a red door and you painted it white or vice versa before you sold it. Or you're still living in that house. I need that. It has a fireplace in it too.
So Lisa says she changed her white door to a red door. Irene Rios is saying I did. I'm not sure what that means. Let's see. Irene is saying she changed a red door to a white door. Let's see.
Yeah, maybe it's a common theme. I apologize. However, we'll get to the specifics in a moment. So somebody said that they're buying a house in May. Who's that person?
Okay, let's see. Buying a house, May buying a house, Jen. I'm not sure if it's
May be buying a house. Oh, is May be buying it, or May is that's when it's happening?
It looks like maybe are buying. Let's see. So Jen is saying are buying. I just bought a house before he passed. I'm painting all my rooms. My birthday is in May. I have read all.
Okay. Let's do, who is that?
Let's see. Okay. There's a lot of people responding.
Yeah. Okay, I'll be more specific. Thank you. I apologize. We talked about changing the doors, was red door. May is important. 5 is important, or May, that's fine. I want to get the child's name and then we could be helpful here. Thank you.
Okay, so we need to have 5.
I'm going to provide the child's name. Thank you.
Okay.
The mother's name might be Dawn or Donna, and the child's name, and even if you didn't relate to the house, still work with me. Thank you. Is there like a Trevor or a Trey, a name like that? Does anybody have that?
Okay, let's see.
It's a T name.
Chantel said Trey.
Okay.
Okay.
Chantel is saying that's my son, but Chantel is not Donna. Let's see. We do have
Dana. Okay, let's talk to Dana because that's a D name. Okay. I thought it was Dawn. Maybe that's it.
Okay.
His name is Travis. Okay, Dana. Okay.
I've asked her to unmute. Hi, Dana.
Hi.
Hi, Dana. How are you?
I am excited. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. So we have the connectors of, is your son's name begin with a T?
His name is Travis.
Oh, I said that. Okay. Thank you.
And there are 5 total children in my family.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you. So that's a quick hit that he would be saying hello to everyone. We understand that. He says that, oh, wow. So he's being pretty strong with you. I guess that he was, right? What was his age of passing?
20.
Thank you. Was he a little tough on you? He sounds like he's like, Mom, you know, you need to put away the tissues. And he says this, he says, because you are so much stronger than you realize. He says that he knows that he is too. He says that he's understanding so much by being on the other side that he wants to share a lot with you. And what he's really convinced of is that you're going to be together again. There's going to be a lot of space and time in between, which means that there's earthly time. He says to you that there are things that have to get done. One of the things that he's talking about is the house situation. Did you have a house situation? Is one of your children buying a house? Talk to me about that house that I saw. Do you understand that?
The house that he grew up in, after he crossed, we painted and the door is red now. 3 years ago, opened a daycare because my grandson's daycare shut. So I quit my job and Travis's bedroom, we turned into the playroom for the kids.
This is really phenomenal. I'm so glad you're giving me the chills instead of me giving you the chills. And this is so beautiful because he's talking about how strong you are because nothing stops you. You are becoming so mindful of course, what's important in life, but you always knew it. But now you have a life with tremendous purpose. Now, we can't look back and say, I did have that while he was here. But what's also happening is that we know that they're gone in some physical respect, yes, but the soul consciousness continues. So he says that you are giving back. Your life is filled with purpose, laughter, silliness, exactly the way that it should be. He says it's really what you're giving to the children, and you think it's what they're giving to you. He says that he is around there so much. He says, you have to keep my picture, which I think you do actually. His picture is on your desk. Is it true, in the office?
His picture's everywhere.
Oh, okay, that's great. That's great. But I'm also hearing that he wants a more symbolism or honor in this. So this is interesting to me. He's saying, are you contemplating painting a tree, like having a mural of a tree somewhere in the playroom? You can say no. He's telling you you are. So he's saying that there's some kind of tree and he wants it to be the tree of life. And it can be outside, but it can be inside. So somewhere on the walls, he wants there to be a tree. He says the T for the tree is T for Travis and tree of life. So when this happened, it's also that somebody's giving you a tree for your house. Do you understand that? Did somebody do that?
One of his football coaches actually planted the tree at our house.
Oh, okay, great. So the thing is that he does know that, yes? And he says that you have done the most with our house. And so he loves being there because there's so much joy. He says that he wants you to see that joy in all of those children and to know that he has it too, because he doesn't have the physical body any longer. He couldn't keep up. Do you understand that? Was there a willpower issue here?
No. Well,
yes, there was. So
maybe.
It's not about his strength, it's about his willpower. So was there any addictive issues here?
He actually was drinking when he crossed with his
I understand that.
Family, parents.
So what I'm trying to say is that there was willpower issues here. So he couldn't say no. So he says that he knows that he owes you an apology. And he says that he's sorry. He wants you to know that there's so much love from above that's coming to you, that this is why the tree couldn't be planted too close to a window, because it's going to grow just like the both of us. And he says to you, let the tree be a symbolism for the children to know that they can create nature within themselves just by looking at these trees, and that it's perfectly placed. He needs you to tell his team how much he loves them and misses them, but his spirit lives on within you. Say yes to the dedication of another tree that's being planted. I don't know if that's at the school, and you may have not heard of it yet, or have you heard of that yet?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so you may be putting that forward by planting a tree at the school.
Okay.
So we're paying trees forward. Don't know why he wants you to do that, but you'll figure that out once you do it, because it's the homework. You're always going to get guidance from him. He says, please hug the family for me. And there's a dog that's involved too. Do you understand the dog?
Yes.
Thank you. So grateful that you were here tonight. I know I went over, I think. Yeah, I did. Did I go over? Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that was worth it. Goodness.
Okay, so that's pretty intense, but I appreciate the opportunity to share all of that.
Oh, that was wonderful. And I just want to quickly, before we end this, I want to remind everybody that I love putting these in our newsletter. So if you all could, for all of the people who have gotten validation stories tonight, if you could send a picture of your child, as well as the story, to me at elizabeth@helpingparentsheal.org. I would love to be able to include them, because a story for one of us is a story for all of us, as you all know. And these were all beautiful. And I truly appreciate this, Alaine. This was just a wonderful evening. I'm glad that you went over and that Dana got the validation from Travis.
Yes.
And
thank you, Dana.
I know that Irene has probably unmuted everyone already.
Yes. Yes, so please unmute and say thank you and good night. And thank you, Alaine. This
thank you so
wonderful.
much.
It was a great night.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you so
much.
much, everyone.
So much.
Thank you.
Thank
you, Elaine.
you.
Thank you, Elaine.
Thank you, Elaine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
right.
Thank
You're
you.
amazing.